In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the alternator on this BMW X5. This is going to be attached to the front of the engine. Let's get into it. Open up the liftgate right under the BMW emblem. Just push the button. In the lower tailgate, we're just going to push this button and it slides down. We're going to pull up this panel, take the handle, you want to push down there, pull it up. Turn it at an angle and pull it out. You can see the spare tire. In the back there's a handle with some straps. Pull that up and then we're going to close the tailgate. We're going to pick that up. It's going to attach where the lift glass goes in, or the lift gate. And then you just rock this forward. That pulls the spare tire right up. Grab that, slide it out of your way. Now disconnect the negative cable. It's over here. Use a 10mm wrench or a socket. Loosen that up. Grab the terminal and set it to the side. I'm going to remove this cover. I'm just going to use a trim tool. Pull these push pins out. Grab the cover and it slides right off. Disconnect the connector for the mass airflow sensor. Just push down, slide the connector off. And there's two little clips holding this on. I'll just use a straight blade screwdriver. Pop these clips out, just like that. Can separate this. We're going to take these two bolts out, use a 10mm socket. Take that out. That out. Grab the air box. And pull it up out of the way. And remove this wire out of the retainer. Set that aside. Using a straight blade screwdriver, we'll loosen up this worm clamp. And grab that snorkel. And slide it off out of the way. I'm going to loosen up the fan clutch. We need a fan clutch removal tool. This is a 32mm, and this is reverse threads. So you're going to turn it clockwise to loosen it up. There we go. All right, that's loose. Once you get it loose, you can take the tool off. Normally loosen that up by hand once that's loosed. All right, before I take that off completely, we're going to loosen up the shroud and disconnect this connector up top. Just push down on the tab, slide that off. The other connector, now to remove this connector, down below here there's a little tab you need to move. Just use a small straight blade screwdriver. You can see it right here. You're just pushing that to the side, then it slides out. Now I'll take the push pins out. I'm just going to use a side cutters. Pop these out. And same on this side. If you need to, you can push it from the back side first. Pop that center out. Fan shroud's loose. You can loosen up the fan the rest of the way. Just be careful once it gets towards the end, you don't want to drop it into the radiator. There you go, that's loose. Pull that off. And you want to pull these up together. Pull that out. Now we're going to take the AC belt off. The AC belt tensioner has a little cover here. We're just going to use a straight blade screwdriver. Just get behind the cover. Pop that off. Using a T50 socket and a ratchet. Take the tension off the tensioner. You can slide the belt off. Now take the T50 socket on the tensioner for the serpentine belt. And turn it to the right. With the tension off, you can take the belt and slide it off. And take the belt off the alternator, off the power steering pump, off the tensioner, and off the crank pulley. And out of the way. Now take the cover off the idler pulley. Just use a straight blade screwdriver. Using a 16mm socket, you want to loosen the bolt. And it comes right out. Now take the two bolts out. Holding the tensioner, use a 13mm socket. And down below. And pull the tensioner out. We're going to loosen up the lower bolt on the alternator. Use a 16mm socket. This one's already a little loose. All right, you want that loose so that you can tip it down a little bit. We're going to take these bracket bolts out for the power steering reservoir. Use a 13mm socket. The bolt out and take the reservoir and just move it to the side. You can use a bungee cord to hold it out of your way. On the back side of the alternator, you can see there's some electrical connectors. If you just pull this heater hose out of the way, just push down. And disconnect the connector right there. All right, now we're going to loosen up the nut. Use a 13mm socket. Pull the nut off. Pull the terminal off. Now we'll go back and remove this bolt. Use the 16mm socket. Pull that bolt out. And grab the alternator. Slide it up. There is a hose on the back of it that's attached. You should separate fairly easily. And slide it through and pull it up. When we go and slide the alternator in, you want to set this part into the tube. It's right there. It's going to be hard to see once the alternator's in that space. Slide this down. Lower bracket lined up, and put the lower bolt in. There we go. Right, get that started. Get it kind of close to being tight. We still want to be able to move it back and forth. Now we'll put the positive red wire on, get that over the stud, and put the nut on. And if you can fit a torque wrench in there, you want to torque that to 13 foot-pounds. There we go. And pull the hose out of the way so you can see the connector. Take the connector and plug it in. It's lined up. Lock it down. Now take the power steering reservoir, get that lined up, put the bolts in. Get these started. And tighten those down. All right, those are good. Now take the tensioner, line this up. All right, tighten those down. And I'm going to torque these bolts to 15 foot-pounds. That's good. I'll line this up. Push that through. Get that started. There is a pin to make sure that lines up properly. And make sure that's lined up. And snug that up. Now I'm going to torque this bolt to 37 foot-pounds. That's good. Torque on the lower alternator bolt. I'm going to torque this to 37 foot-pounds. All right, that's good. Now take the belt. We're going to go over the crank pulley, over the power steering pump pulley, around the tensioner. Just get the belt around all the pulleys. Looks close, we'll just line it up a little better. And just double check. Oh, it's falling off right there. That's good. And take the AC belt. I'm going to go around the crank. And take the tension off. And put the belt around the AC compressor. That's good. Now you can pop the cap on. Just get that lined up. Lock it in place. If your vehicle has a cap, you can try to install that now. Now take the shroud and the fan together. Slide these down in place. Once we get it close, we can get the fan started. And it's reverse threads, so you're going to have to go towards the left or counterclockwise. There we go. Got it started. And before I tighten that down, just get the shroud in place. There's a couple ears at the base that need to get slid into the slots. You can see there's a couple of tabs that need to get slid into place right here, down below, and at the base of the radiator. Get those lined up, then we can put the push pins in. And take the push pins, push those in place. If you had a third one in the middle, you want to push that one in as well. This vehicle didn't. There you go. Push that in place. All right, now tighten up the fan. Tighten down the fan. And I'm just going to use the same remover tool that I used to tighten it down. If you have the ability to torque this, you want to torque that to 29 foot-pounds. I'm just going to give it a tap. That's tight enough. Now I'll take this intake tube, get this lined up. And push that back in place. Looks good there. Tighten down that screw. And just tighten down the worm clamp. There we go, snug that down, that's good. I'll take the air box, this lined up. Slide that in place, push down on the clips. Get the bolts started. Snug those down. And connect the connector. Lock that down. Now take this panel, get that lined up. Take the push pins, push those back, push them down, lock them in place. Take the negative terminal and attach it to the battery. Tighten it down and give it a wiggle, make sure it's tight. That's good. Now grab the attachment for the spare tire, this back in the lift gate. Push the spare tire in place. That's good. I'm gonna fold this back. pull the handle, just push this back a little bit, and just rest that in place, and put the lift gate down, and take the cover, get that lined up, and push it in place, and close up the tailgate, and close up the lift gate, and you're good to go.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.